basically they're going to run it at you. They're going to tell you, are you going to stop it? And basically going to have to stop it.
What do you remember from last year's game against them in terms of their physicality and what they bring to the table?
Very physical, a lot of different formations, shifts, great stadium. Last year was definitely fun. Yeah, they definitely bring it every play.
There's been some teams that have had some success against you guys in terms of using their tight end in the passing game. Troy Fumagalli might be one of the best in the country at tight end. What do you see in him, and what challenge does he present to you guys?
He's one of those overall guys that can just do it all. And I mean, he's gonna have to do your job, and to me, it's just a challenge, and I love challenges. So just gonna have to bring every play and be physical with him as much as you can.
Hey Jerome, how would you assess the way that you've played in coverage this year?
I'm pretty hard on myself, so if I had to grade myself, I'd say a D. I know what I'm capable of, and I feel like I haven't did what I'm capable of, so definitely I'd say D.
Okay, so if you give yourself a D, what do you think, what are the areas that you feel like you can improve on? What do you think's gone wrong? And is it a physical thing? Is it a mental thing? It seemed like there are times where you're out of position, and is it just because you're confused, or I mean, just as an explanation for it?
A lot of his eye discipline, that's probably the main thing. Even going back to Indiana, that wasn't my man necessarily, but I still had him. I just got to do a better job of playing through the hands. So a lot of the eye discipline is probably the main problem I have, so I'll say that.
Jerome, when you watch film, I know you're talking about your struggles. When you ever watch film, do you ever worry, do you ever feel like you see something like, oh, I feel like I was pressing there a little bit? Do you ever feel like you're doing that, or is that something just trying to get out of your own head sometimes?
A lot of the time I kind of, I don't just put my foot on the ground and go. That's my main thing. I know where I have to be. Sometimes you just have to just go and not just wait for it, just go take it. So, but yeah, on film, I see some things that I look back and just be like, what am I doing? So it's just a constant improvement every week, and that's all I can really do.
Do you guys actually have to grade yourself, and other coaches grade you?
Yeah, you have to grade yourself. Coach Davis did a great job of bringing that, grading yourself, and I even told him last week, I don't think I was being serious. I was telling him I graded out a 90%, but I can remember like 5 plays I messed up on. So I was like, I don't know the math, but I'm pretty sure it's like 90%.
What was so that was Bill Davis's grade for you in the way you
so
played?
I got graded champion this week. It was 90%, and I was like, well, Davis, how did I get 90%? I can like remember 5 plays I messed up on, and it's just I'm very, very hard on myself. So
Jerome, on those 5 plays, what kind of plays were they?
The one was the wheel route. He missed the throw. That was a touchdown. The one, it was a puller. I didn't rock with it. Another was I should have shot the A gap. I rocked over top. But yeah, I can just keep remembering over and over again. I can, in my mind, it just plays over. Like, I should have done this. I should have done this. The one, even though it was holding, I should have bull rushed instead of went outside. I was right in front of the quarterback. So plays like that, I just know.
And when they happen in the game, does it bother you in the game? Or
as soon as I do it, I can be like, I should have done this. But in the game, you just have to next play. Because as soon as you think about it, that's when you mess up again and again and again. So in the game,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. What was Coach Davis's reasoning then? Why did he give you a 90? What did you do well that gave you a good grade?
It's a lot of, like I said, I'm hard on myself. So sometimes, if you're watching it, you might think like, oh, he just didn't do it. But to me, I knew I should have done it or something like that. So even the one, he didn't see me not rock over top, and I literally stopped him and was like, I didn't do it. And he was like, oh, I didn't see that, but yeah.
Hey, Jerome, this might be a stupid question, but if the highlight reel that's playing in your head is all the lowlights, it doesn't sound like playing football is very fun. But every time we talk to you, you seem like a guy who's having fun doing this. So how does that work?
That's the fun part to me. It's a challenge. It's every play, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to come for you. You don't know whose job is to knock your head off. That's fun to me. Just tackling guys, going up against, freshman running back, but he runs like he's a veteran. That's a challenge. That's fun to me, and that's what makes the game so fun. Is just a new challenge every single play.
So to be haunted by bad plays is fun for you because that's what motivates you for the next play? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
You put it words like that. Yeah, that's correct. It's just a constant of constant effort of you try to get better. And me, I just remember those bad plays. I always do it in 3 scales: bad plays, good plays, and great plays. You do a good play, that's what you're supposed to do. Great plays, you make a great effort or something like that. Bad plays is bad plays. So that's how I just grade myself.
Hey, Jerome, these guys have a couple of tight ends that have caught pretty big passes and stuff. You may have been asked this before I walked over here, but what are you guys getting straightened out this week about covering the tight end?
Communication, be physical, and that's pretty much it. Communication, be physical. Whatever your job is, be physical with it, and make sure you talk it out with your team.
Yeah. How engaged are you over the weekend? Did you see what happened with Greg Schiano? How did the team take that? Did you see the internet?
I was not even aware of it. But I know the main focus is for all of us is Wisconsin, but I really wasn't even aware of it.
Coach Meyer said on Sunday that he wasn't going to allow you guys to get on social media or anything like that. Has that been the case?
I believe that's more of a personal player. My personal preference is try to stay off of it as much as you can. But
is that on like an everyday, weekly basis, or that's just kind of like this week?
Right now it's finals. Just a lot of things going on right now, so you just try to limit as much as you can. But it's more of a personal preference, really.
Jerome, explain Sam Hubbard in a nutshell. One play Saturday, he chased a guy out of bounds on the far side of the field. The next play, he's sacking the quarterback. You do some of the similar stuff, but he's a defensive end. But
yeah.
What drives him? What stands out about him in your opinion?
He's very smart. Even sometimes I have to make a check to the DN, and he sometimes will look back and tell me before I even say something. So that's what jumps off to me with Sam is smart in his effort. He goes and goes and goes, and you put those two together, they're unstoppable. So.
How big of a test is this for you guys, especially linebackers Saturday? With this team can throw the ball over the top. They have pretty good play action. They have a running back who's number 2 or 3 in the country, freshman. You know what I'm talking about, Jonathan Taylor. But just what kind of test is this for you guys from your vantage point?
They're
physical.
Their O-line is physical. Their fullbacks are physical. Their tight ends are physical. Their running back run downhill. It's honestly going to be a battle. Who's more physical? Who's more, has better toughness? So that's the answer. I guess everyone in here is who's more tougher. And that's pretty much.
Did y'all answer that question to a certain extent? At least in 2 games previous, Michigan State and Michigan over the last 3 weeks. I mean, what's your sense of that?
Wisconsin is, all respect, they're definitely better. They're undefeated. That running back, he runs downhill. He's not going to run around you. He's going to run through you. Bounce off tackles. Their O-line is amazing. So it's honestly just man-on-man who's better football. So it's going to be fun.
Jerome,
one question.
A guy like you, if one of those big offensive linemen is coming out to try to block you on a play, they're bigger than you, but you're quicker than them. What do you do? How do you deal with that?
That's like telling my secrets. But I think of an offensive mindset. When you have the ball and somebody's coming towards you, tackle you, what do? You try to make them, stop a little bit. Even when Joey Bosa, if you look at him, he stabs a lot, which is, it frees you just that moment. And that little moment, it makes the blocker off balance a little bit. And sometimes that's all I need. But it gets a little harder when guys just run at you and don't stop. But I also can stop on a dime. So it's really just a mind game of how fast they're coming, what they're going to do, what they're known to do. If they're big and just size-wise, you can just have to just do what you have to do.
It's that running back Jerome Baker pops out again, huh?
A little bit.
Running back instincts.
A little bit.